It's reasonably
Warner Brothers shutting down Infinite Crisis only 2 months after launch. Shall we do
Yep.
that on the Southwest one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
So, I don't really care that much about Infinite Crisis, personally. This is mostly here because MOBAs are really big and some people really care about them. Um, MOBAs seem neat. I've never gotten into one myself,
Yeah.
but this is sort of about the MOBA market being super oversaturated and the fact that nothing will ever be able to compete with League of Legends ever, 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 never, ever, just because it's so big.
I mean, yeah. Basically, from what I've heard anyone say that plays them, they basically say that like Dota's a better game, but that League is just more popular. But I don't know. I don't play them. They're not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't play Dotas either. Dotas?
Dotas.
I don't play MOBAs. Wow, yeah, I don't play MOBAs that much where I called Dotas MOBAs. And I confused no, MOBAs, Dotas. No, wait, what? I don't know anymore. What does Dota even stand for? Defense something.
Defense of the Ancients, I think.
Okay.
That's it.
Something like that.
Defense of the Ancients, and MOBA stands for stop making these.
Something battle arena.
Multiplayer online
battle arena, something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a sort of little battle for whether they'd be called MOBAs or like action strategy games or something.
What's the other
Yeah.
acronym? Mamorpuga.
Tower defense.
Mamapka.
Mamorpuga. This was a massively online multiplayer RPG or something.
No,
Massive
RPGs are interesting.
multiplayer online RPG. Yeah.
I don't care. Anyway.
Now they just shortened it to
But yeah,
MMO.
so none of us really play MOBAs.
So instead of us just chatting about this, we can just I'll just read out the article. So development on DC Comics based MOBA will cease immediately. According to an announcement on Game's Steam page, Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment has decided to no longer support the free-to-play multiplayer online battle arena title Infinite Crisis, which only launched a couple of months ago. Development efforts will be halted right away, and the service for the game will officially come to a close on August the 14th. They are quoted to say, this was an extremely difficult decision to make. On behalf of the entire Infinite Crisis team, we want to thank you all for your feedback, support, and for joining together to create one of the best communities in oh, that's funny. Create one of the best communities in gaming. Well, obviously not if it were closing it down.
2 months.
Yeah.
That's the embarrassing thing about it, is it was in beta for like about at least half a year, I think.
Yeah, that's sad.
And they've had like press releases in which they developed it, and they've obviously put millions and millions of dollars into developing and playing everyone and setting it up and advertising it.
Completely
And
failed.
then they shut it down after 2 months. So
it kind of feels like, but you know what?
Good sign that the MOBA market is.
Well, no, I mean, like, put it this way, right? When we watched, I remember like about a year, was it a year ago or a couple of years ago? Actually, it might be longer than that. When Elder Scrolls Online came out, and they were doing abysmally, and then suddenly they said we're going to make it free to play. Or was it Elder Scrolls Online, or was it
the problem with MOBAs is that most of them are still free to play.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is they made it free to play and within in game purchases, and suddenly it became really quite popular. And
I don't think it's so much that they become more popular, just as they stabilise and become profitable. But they don't.
Well, that's better than closing themselves down.
Yeah. But in terms of actual market share, there's still nothing much compared to like World of Warcraft, even though World of Warcraft is emerging.
The biggest game like ever produced.
Yeah.
So.
Like people just comparing this to the MMO market again is no matter what anyone tries to do, no one will ever beat Warcraft until Warcraft beats itself. So
that's true.
Yeah, Warcraft would have to basically trip up on boulders before they start doing that.
You can have small MMOs that do well and have a small but steady income, enough to like survive and keep going and even make a little profit, but they'll never be on the same level like they want to be. They'll never be a real competitor.
Yeah.
And the same with League of Legends and MOBAs is nothing will ever be a realistic competitor directly to League of Legends.
But the
in
problem,
terms of market share.
but the problem is that I think a lot of these MOBAs and MMOs and so on, they're not. I mean, some of them are, but not all of them have to be competitors. They just want to give a different experience.
Yeah, I think that the problem is a lot of them don't try to make a different experience. A lot of them just try to be the same format, but with their own characters.
I saw like how Alien Colonial Marines was trying to be Call of
It's
Duty
like-
and failed.
It's like what you mentioned. Your problem felt like with fighting games, except that to me, MOBAs feel like they have even less nuances than fighting games if you don't make them properly.
Oh yeah, I remember
It's
saying.
very-
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess there's not really much else to say. Then they're another copycat company, another copycat game, which went
And
down.
this is like a DC. This isn't small beans. This is like a major
Yeah.
thing. And DC Online failed to kill World of Warcraft, so DC is really loving it right now.
Yeah.
With their branding. But Batman Arkham Knight comes out in a few weeks, so that'll hopefully give Warner Brothers something to be happy about.
Yeah, for sure.